I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Friday, May the 5th, brought to you in part by Noramycin by Norbrook. Noramycin 300 LA is your proven go-to antibiotic for seasonal diseases in cattle. It is a must-have in your vet check, in your pickup, on your four-wheeler or side-by-side, or in your saddlebag. For more information, go to norbrook.com. New highs and new lows. Talking about your markets and cattle. You're thinking, new highs? What are you talking about? Well, I'll talk about the new lows first. Then your futures market, it showed some firm footing, which was nice here. Later part of the week after plunging for about 3 days there, but showed some firm footing, and some of your contracts were a little bit higher there, but we've established some lows for this rally here in your cattle futures. In your fat cattle trade, we saw the Southern Plains have some cleanup trade at 171. That's a new low to be established for a fairly significant amount of cattle, not a lot, but 172 is barely out there in the Southern Plains now. But we saw 170 posted in the Northern Plains on a few cattle. That's not great. And it was just kind of hard to find some stick out sales in some of your sale barns around because, you know, the peppiness of this market has really subsided here. So we're starting to see some quotes come out even on some loads of cattle that you wouldn't be all that proud of, really. But talk about the new highs. Oh my gosh. Western Video Market had a sale in Coalinga, California. It was one of their premier sales, 25,000 cattle on offer there. They take their internet bids through DV Auction there. We work fairly closely with Western Video Market. It is your national beef wire stick out sale of the day. And my goodness, I mean, I have not seen quotes this high all spring anywhere. And it happened after a 3-day plunge in your futures market and over 2 weeks after your fat cattle market started drifting lower. And from what I hear, they are getting market news information way out there, way out west in California. It's just, you know, they had a good crowd there. They had a lot of people online bidding. They had the kind of cattle that they wanted there. And they've got confidence in this market that it's going to come back because they know the supplies are very, very tight. They've had moisture out west there, unlike much of us here in the Southern Plains and moving up through your lower Midwest and even up into parts of Nebraska are getting extremely, extremely dry. But I tell you what, it was a stick out deal there. For Western Video Market sale, and you guys know Western Video Market. That's Ellington Peak, John Rogers, Rick Machado, the whole gang out there. If Rick Machado can keep up with the first two, he's doing pretty good. But I'm going to give you several quotes out of here, and you guys just have to listen. This is a market report, and I want you guys to listen to these. How about the Crawford cattle? They had 220 weaned steers near Paradise Valley, Nevada. They're for immediate delivery. They're weaned steers, 415 pounds at $3.40 a pound. My goodness. How about another deal, and these cattle would have had all the bells and whistles that are available. Brooks Livestock sold 180 head of ranch raised yearling type cattle, 800 pounders. For May 15th delivery there. Now they've had everything, sourced and age verified, NHTC, verified all natural, GAP 4, beef care, everything you can do for one. And man, did they bring the price. 180 of them ranch raised, 800 pounds, bring 262 people. Wow, 262 for an 800 pound steer. I don't care how many premiums you get on them. I don't care how many bells and whistles they got on them. That is high, especially after your boards tumbled this week and your fat cattle market is lower and everybody thinks that the cream's kind of off this cake. But my goodness, and you think, well, what would some commodity type cattle bring? Well, how about my friends, the Neeson brothers, Justin and JC there? They work real closely with that outfit. They sold some cattle. They just cattle, you know, they're yearlings. They bought them all off one big deal. Bought on Western Video back this fall. Big long string of them. Had all their shots. They had been implanted. So nothing special on the cattle, just top quality cattle. But you could call them commodity, top quality commodity cattle. 540 head of them out of Hornitos, California. That's somewhere there south of Sacramento. But 800 pounders. They're for immediate delivery, guys. Bring 216. Oh my goodness, 216. We don't see 216 on 800-pound steers anymore, and they were just cattle, guys, but congratulations to them. I got a couple other deals I want to give you. How about the Cinco Cattle Company? These were heifers, not spade heifers, heifers, and we believe by where they went that they are going to feed, but they are fancy enough they could be bred. And I'm not saying they won't sort some of the very, very top end out and breed them, but they sold 2 loads. They had all the bells and whistles, gap and everything. 2 loads of them to weigh 885 for immediate delivery. Actually, there was 1 load that weighed 880 and 1 load to weigh 890. They had the option on there. Those heifers bring 242, weighing nearly 9, guys. 242, and I don't care if that's a replacement price or just a top feeder price for program cattle. That is really high. They sold some replacement cattle on there too. They sold from the Faith Ranch. They sold 50 head of young pairs, 3 to 5 year old pairs, be all black for the most part. Some of them would, and they were AI bred, but there'd be some 3-in-1 packages on there. It's evidently Miller time. If you guys aren't getting that at your place, I'm sure getting it here when I turn the lights on. But 1,200 pound cows with the calves at side. You see they had nice sized calves on them. But they bring $3,600, people. Oh my gosh, if those aren't new highs, I don't know what is. And somebody might say, I saw one calf do that. I don't care. Strings of cattle, guys, way out west in California. But, you know, our open-enders plunged on our futures the last 3 days as the board was going down big. And just nobody to take the long side at all. And your 5-area weighted average is going to be a lot lower. It's going to be $4 to $5 lower live when we get all done. And your dressed weighted average in your 5 areas is going to be $3 to $4 lower. But there's highs and there's lows, just depending on how you look at it. But talk about your board on Thursday. June live cattle futures down 7 cents at 161.57. August down 12 at 159.42. Back months down 15 cents to up 37. May feeder cattle up 22 cents at 203.65. Why it needs to go up, I don't know. We need some lift on our live cattle. Real-time index fell below $2. And then we got higher spot feeder cattle at 203.65. August down 37 cents at 223.15. That is fading back in a big hurry. Your back months on feeder cattle down 7 cents to up 50 cents. May corn up 1 1/4 cent a bushel at 646.5. December new crop corn down 2 cents at 528.5. May beans up 1/2 cent at 1448.5. November new crop beans down 3 3/4 cent at 1268.5. Fat cattle trade, we had a little more, like I said, clean up trade. On Thursday, we've about sold all the cattle that are done that the guys wanted to sell. Iowa sold another 1,500 head. They sold 19,500 head for the week. 170 to 176. That'd be $2 to $5 higher there. But like I said, your weighted average on a live basis is going to be sure $4 to $5 lower. And your dressed trade there at 280 is all they had in Iowa on Thursday. Nebraska 1,600 head confirmed on Thursday. 18,000 head for the week. $179 was the live price. Sounds pretty good, $179. We hadn't seen a lot of $179. Dress sales, $279 to $281. Kansas, just 200 head, 13,900 head for the week, which is a huge movement for Kansas. $171 was the live price. Like I said, that's $2 lower than last week. I know there's not a lot of volume there, but not really able to get to 172. Some dress trade in Kansas at 279. Texas sold another 800 head. They sold 13,100. Hardly ever sees Texas sell 10,000, and they sold 13,000 with just fear, guys. That's what it was. And your live price in Texas was 171 mostly, to a few up to 172. Box beef cutout values were higher on Thursday. They've been kind of dragging all week, but choice cuts up 43 cents at 309.52. Selects up 37 cents at 287.49. Your slaughter for the week, 496,000. That's exactly the same amount as they had this time last week. 6,000 more than the same week a year ago. Your actual slaughter information for the week ending April the 22nd had your average dressed steer carcass weight at 892 pounds. That's 2 pounds lighter. They're slaughtering less. They have been. The whole month of April was a light slaughter. And, everybody thinks that's bearish for the cattle market. How about the packers? They didn't get the product they wanted because they had lighter carcasses. Lost another 2 pounds on their carcass weight for the week ending April the 22nd. They are close to the knife, guys. We've got to start taking advantage of it. Talk about what else is going on. Safeguard dewormer. You can deworm your cattle your way, however you want to do it. Wherever Safeguard is given, it goes right to work. So if you want more information on Safeguard, which you can put it in the feed, you can worm them at the chute, you can worm them in the pasture, but look at the different ways you can do that. Go to safeguardworks.com. Talk about your feeder cattle market. Your real-time index on DV auction late in the day on Thursday set at 199.89 based on an 800-pound steer. That's down $1.75. It's gone down almost $5 this week. Your real-time index has. We've really lost it, guys. But your big sales on Thursday. Winter livestock in Pratt, Kansas, 3,500 head. Good run for them. Kind of uneven, but I don't really like the market reporting there. They said the steers were some lower and the heifers were some higher. I don't trust anything they have to say because they've lost my confidence there. And it has nothing to do with the sale barn and everything to do with the lack of training from Federal State Market News. But the stick-out sale in Pratt was 59 steers, weighed 812 pounds at $219. That'd be a heck of a deal, and they were really nice cattle. Farmers Ranchers livestock in Salina, Kansas had 2,700 head. Market was mostly lower, like you figured it would be. It's been mostly lower everywhere this week. But a stick-out deal on some calves in Salina, Kansas was 52 steers, weighed 559 and bring 264. Give you a couple individual quotes. How about Enid Livestock Market? That's my friend Dakota Davis. He's doing a good job there. Sold some steers at a pretty handsome price for the way things are. 52 steers in Enid, Oklahoma, weighed 790, bring 209. But the most impressive quote that I saw anywhere on Thursday, your Macrocin No BS top quote for the day, come out of Clarinda Livestock Auction in Clarinda, Iowa. 62 steers, weighed 505 at $2.95 a pound. And that's your feeder flash for Friday.